Bueno, por alguna extraña razón ha habido como 3 historias diferentes que no he compartido, porque igual que ayer solamente creo que hice un vídeo, va por días y hay días que no hago ninguno, lógicamente. Porque para mí un vídeo es más trabajo que satisfacción. Y luego todo eso ya no es ni la cara y la cruz, es como cuando ambos son la cara de la misma moneda entre esos dos que parecen opuestos y todo lo demás que sería la no dualidad. El no eso. Y hoy en una conversación con la IA le he dicho eso. Pero ahora tengo tantas cosas que contar sobre la Odisea, las 2 versiones, las 3, las 4, las 5, las 6, las 7. ¿Cuántas versiones de la Odisea queréis? Sí, en el documento que he hecho hoy es Matrix, es Avatar, es Barbie, es Tarzán, es Don Quijote. Pero no... Lo mismo que ha pasado con Megalópolis, que no lo ha entendido nadie. Las Odiseas no la está entendiendo nadie. Está todo politizado. Todos los documentos se llaman la politización de la Odisea. You may be human, but we're still animals. It's the second trance with the same song. And now we continue with what I was gonna say. That it was that in the... I don't know why I'm speaking in English. In the Odyssey, the movie, it was a gift. The Trojan horse was a gift from Atenea. There was nothing else, just that, to make it shorter or whatever. So then, during the movie, for me, that's the most important thing of the movie for me. Because if you are with all the time with by Zeus, help the people by Zeus, or by Zeus is the most respectful way of knowing and interacting with people. It's just like animals that they do with the smell and everything, and they know if they can trust or they can't. Some of them that they are a little bit disturbed can be aggressive. And then they come in peace. And they decide if they want to be friends or enemies. Or just respect each other. And there are 3 infinite other things. Because it's not just one or the other. Which is always the king and the slave. I don't want to have slaves. It doesn't mean I don't want to be the king, I don't want to be the slave. Because I don't want to have a slave. That's it. Full stop. So I respect the others the same way I want to be respected. But the ones who want to be something else, they are not working on the same rule. So once you break under the shield of religion, your word and your behavior, of course you win in that unfair competition. That's not life. That's the Chronos competition. For us living in Kairos, yes, you can do whatever you want against us. People like Steve Vai is a genius and he survived and paint with colors everything, with love. And the ones who want to destroy that, they want slaves. Because they are fearful in this world where they have no access to Kairos. They heard of that. And they are fighting by different Odysseys. And Odisseo or Ulysses 31 with the spaceship. I am no, you're the little robot. Your truthful friend. It is my Odyssey. Yo soy no, pequeño robot, tu amigo fiel, con Penélope, Telémaco, Las aventuras de Ulises, 31. 31st century. 1997 is what I'm doing now. And 2026 is another masterpiece. So the left wing and the right wing are attacking. They are both the same sides. They look like left and right. No, they are both the same side of no duality. One coin, the side is no duality, is left and right. Is one side of the coin of the other side is no duality. And I've done this several times today with different conversations with different AIs. And of course, Gemini said, sometimes you need a safe place in your mind because too much abstraction, blah, 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 blah. Do you have friends? Do you practice hobbies in the open air? I say, I am snorkeling, I am riding the waves, doing everything. I'm happy, don't feel concerned about me, but it's continuously attacking me with these messages. It's like, okay, I've been in that position all my life when I was a heavy metal guy in a posh district, long-haired, blah, 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 long-haired in the bank. I was always the wrong guy in the wrong place or the right guy in the wrong place. So it is both of that, right? And then why not in the right place? Because people cannot get this. That's meta-consciousness. To be aware of the awareness. I am always talking about this and people are like, okay, you're talking about magic. No, it's that. And I said this to my brother because my brother has been high on mind control in the same laboratory as I was. But his life in Kronos, out of the laboratory, was chaotic. So he just had this, he was building a well with bricks to need to be in that, to be just in that laboratory, and in the rest, you are in the safe artificial world that you've been created. Because you don't want or you don't trust the magic of the kairos, which is the magic of the child, which is the innocence, is to be naive, to believe in everything. I didn't care if somebody was lying to me, if I liked the story, because I am not jealous. One friend had a Commando spaceship, and the real one flying, taken to the galaxy, and he had that one, and there was only that one in the whole planet. That his father was working in an airplane. He was not a pilot; he was a steward there. So, but I was so happy for them. I said, "Hey, one day can you take me there?" He said, "No, my father doesn't let me there to show to him." Okay, and I was believing in all those things, and I was not jealous at all. I was just happy for that guy, because if somebody can have it, I'm so happy that someone that I know has it, and I can ask him things, or maybe one day I can be there, or whatever. So when you live your life that way, of course, people are going to be stabbing in your back all the time, but you don't feel it because you don't give a shit. You know what I mean? You're not in that competition. So that's the way of winning as a saint or being a loser. So I am always a loser. I am so aware of that. There is no saint. Saint is much worse than God and the devil. Because God and the devil are, again, one side of the no-duality coin. It's all the time like that. And you can feel that listening to Steve Vai, or listening to Steven Tyler talking how he felt the music and the piano when his father was playing and he was 6 years old, getting a shower of notes. He was like Obelix falling into the pot. he was in the pot and all the notes, the colors were infecting him. And there are so many. It's not just Steve Vai, it's so many. But Steve Vai, three little green men in the first album. And then here, this is the first album I heard from Steve Vai, which is Passion and Warfare. So this is not little green men, but it's the same melody. And I don't know the name of the song, but it takes me there. It takes me to Close Encounters on the third stage. It takes me to so many different atmospheres that they are four-dimensional, because it is the best place that you can be. It's like being in a video game, because you can be in your favorite club with neon lights, or in your favorite countryside with sunflowers, or I'm saying just things that people understand, because the rest of the ones that I'm feeling, there is no point of understanding such stupid thing. I am just putting words for the people, for the consensus society can understand. But I could say many of the things that people would be judging in different ways. But they don't understand that I would be judging in a probably bad way a field in the countryside, which can be awesome, the density and the humidity and the smell of the air, everything. But if I have allergy and I start crying and sneezing and asthma, is the 3-in-1 reaction. And then you are so fucking aware of that, and then they take you in an ambulance and they say, be calm, be calm. And I am so fucking calm that I don't care if I'm gonna die. I am in that trance when I am 8, when I am 14, when I am 22 years old. I had that experience so many times, and once was on an overdose with adrenaline because of that. And I almost died of an overdose. I was like, whoa, completely white. And I was 12 years old. I'm so fucking aware of all these kind of things, because I didn't need to go into 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, breathing, visualizing, going there to be in the laboratory. No, as a child, once you are used to travel there, you are there with the music, with the dancing, and that's why I was playing tennis, basketball, football, everything. It was being with your friends in that frequency. For them, it was bad to lose. Okay, but we are all together playing, having our own name of the team, our own colors and everything. But people wants to win, win, win. And they get mad. So I'm always cooling down. I've been always doing it. Not anymore. Not anymore, not because I don't want to, because those teams have disappeared. But I'm always making teams of 2 people, trip master and the other trip master. I am a trip master. Are you a disciple? You are welcome. As soon as you are welcome, you are the master. And if you don't understand that, then just stay, don't break anything, and live. Everybody is welcome. Stay, don't break anything, and live. And don't break anything is don't do anything positive for you. Please. If you just don't know exactly where you are, you could be cutting the cocoon of the butterfly to help it to fly, and it's not finished yet. So this world is never finished. Yours is not finished either, but you don't know it. For you it's finished every second, and the future doesn't exist, but it's been there already in this pacha. Once you transcend the dimensions, you have to transcend time as well. You can only do it becoming colorful music. If you manage doing it any other way that means exactly that, perfect, and there are infinite million ways of doing it. In Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, they are showing it so clearly what I'm saying. But Steve Vai should be one of the soundtracks. And the thing is that Yngwie Malmsteen is a much better musician. Consider, I am not a musician, so I cannot talk about this because I'm not saying it, that Steve Vai is saying it. That he went hands down when it was a duet, a duel, and it was wonderful. But Steve Vai is happy to learn and to observe what the fuck he can do, while the other wants to be the one who shows what the fuck he can do. He would like to have slaves in this kind of archetypes in Kairos. Because his ego, as long as he is fighting his daimonion, Kairos dimensions with the artist, the guitar player, because you are infinite personalities, faces, masks, infinite. But the one that succeeds the most is the ego. All of them are ego, but that's going to be the ego dominating the rest of the egos. So for a monk, it's easier to stay at that level that the best genius is, but having to balance with the ego of that genius. The monk doesn't have to interact with anyone. It's not competing to anyone. And is needing nothing. What the monastery or the people can offer. That's how the Buddha, the yin-yang of the Buddha would be the prince and the homeless that he was, and the shock in between, teaching his rational minds before he completely unzipped the rational mind and lived in one side, left and right, and in the rest of the sides, the infinite nothingness, the no-duality, the Advaita Vedanta, the Tai Fu Kwok, Pacha de los Quechuas. There is so much that you have to unlearn, not to forget, to unlearn. I said this so many times. And at that level of unlearning that you know what that is, but you unlearn it, so you need something to cover that hole, and then something fits in there, and then you see, oh, the other one and this one, but they are like opposites. But if you unlearn that again, you can find the third one and calm down, and then flow with the energy that you can feel when you are not possessed by the external symbols like God, nation, freedom, all the slogans, all the ideology, because this message is anti-ideologies, is anti-nothing, but no ideologies, and don't ever follow. Just trust yourself, believe in yourself, and then you follow yourself. How I follow myself? Creating your own path at the same time that you are creating it. And that's the slogan, one of the slogans of the monks of Tai Fu Kwok. That I connected in Tai Fu Kwok, maybe with Steve Vai, or maybe with Black and Blue, or it was de la Vuelta Ciclista a España. So it doesn't matter the type of music. It matters always the connection that you have, how you act and react, feel. And I've been in all kinds of music, in all kinds I've been connected, all kinds, even the least known music for me was techno hardcore, that I didn't feel like, but that was the day I discovered that power, with when I could get the different levels of where I want to be connected. And then all through your life, it's the same way. You're not going to dance when you are 55 with lots of pain like when you were 17. And I don't care. I'm feeling the same way I was when I was 17. Feeling exactly the same way, dancing the same way, feeling the same everything in a completely different physical aspect. But I have all these living experiences connected at the end. So and learning everything because you already lived it. And it's there forever, but don't identify with anything like stuck in there. Otherwise, you're not letting the pacha go from the future to your past, going through yourself. Yeah, I didn't say wrong. I meant that way because it's Quechua.